mathematics class. This class is for class 9th and we were doing chapter 12 from the textbook ML Agarwal. In the previous class we have discussed about Pythagoras theorem. Today we will be discussing about its converse of Pythagoras theorem. So what was the Pythagoras theorem? It stated that in a right angled triangle, if I say ABC is a right angled triangle in which angle A is equal to 90 degree, then the statement said in a right angled triangle the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the square of the sum of the square of other two sides. So AC square plus AB square or BA square. This was the Pythagoras theorem. The square of hypotenuse is equal to square of the other square is equal to the sum of the squares of other two sides. Now what is the converse? In the Pythagoras theorem, it was given to you that the triangle that is given is a right angled triangle. But in the converse, you will be given this statement and you have to prove that the triangle is right angle triangle. That is why it is converse. What is the statement saying? In a triangle. And in the Pythagoras theorem it was in a right angle triangle. Here right angle is missing. So in a triangle, if square of one side is equal to the sum of the squares of other two sides, then the triangle is a right angle triangle. So this is the statement. With the help of the statement I have drawn a diagram that ABC is a triangle in which it is given that BC square is the hypotenuse square, is equal to AC square and plus AB square. And what we have to prove, that angle A is 90 degree. This is what we have to prove. Now we will so I hope the difference is clear. In the Pythagoras theorem it was already given that the triangle is a right angle triangle and you have to prove this statement, BC square or hypotenuse square is equal to perpendicular square plus base square, or simply you can say BC square is equal to AC square plus AB square. But now this is given and you have to prove that the triangle given is a right angle triangle. So what are we going to do in this? First of all, we will write the statement that is already written. With the help of the statement, we draw the diagram that is also drawn. From the diagram, we write what is given. So what is given in triangle, what we can see from the diagram is ABC is a triangle in which BC square is equal to AC square plus AB square. And we have to prove angle A 90 degree. Now how can we prove? So for that we will do a construction part. In construction part, what we will do, we will draw another triangle, right? What we are going to do, we are drawing another triangle in which, let us name it as PQR. So in construction, first of all, draw a right angled triangle PQR where angle P is equal to 90 degree. What we have done, because we have the liberty to do anything, so what we are doing, we are drawing a triangle. Purposely we are drawing a right angle triangle with PQR in which angle P is 90 degree. Number one. Second, we can say draw PQ is equal to AB and PR is equal to AC. Second thing what we have done, equal to the size of AB, we are drawing PQ, and equal to the size of AC, we are drawing PR. Now, we know that PQR is a right angle triangle. So we can apply Pythagoras theorem. Now we move on to the proof. This was the construction. Now we will move on to the proof. So how can we prove it? We know that triangle PQR is a right angle triangle. So in triangle PQR, at least we can say that QR square is equal to PR square plus PQ square by Pythagoras theorem. What we have said, this is hypotenuse QR, so QR square is equal to PR square plus PQ square. But we have drawn, in the construction we have drawn PQ is equal to AB and PR is equal to AC. So in place of PR we can put AC, means PR square can be written as AC square and PQ square can be written as AB square by construction, because we have done construction. We have made PQ equal to AB and PR equal to AC. So in place of PR we can put AC and in place of PQ we can put AB. So that is what it has been done. Now, it means that QR square is equal to AC square plus AB square. But it is given that AC square plus AB square is equal to BC square. Means this portion, both these terms can be substituted by BC square. It means we can say that QR square can be written as equal to BC square, because this is given. Given what? AC square plus AB square is equal to BC square. AC plus AB is equal to BC, it is given. So in place of AC plus AB we are writing BC. If QR square is equal to BC square, we can say that QR is equal to BC. This is very important proof that will be required. Now we have proved that QR is equal to BC. Now we move on to the next part of this. So I have to rub it out. Now we have proved that QR is equal to BC. This QR is equal to BC. Now we will try to say that we have to prove that these two triangles are congruent. We will try to make these two triangles congruent. How? So for that we will write in triangle ABC and triangle PQR. What you can say? First thing you can say that AB is equal to PQ. Why? By construction, because we have drawn. Then we can say that AC is equal to PR. Why? Again by construction. And third point we can say that BC is equal to QR. How? Because that has been proved above. Now all the sides, side. So we can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Reason is side rule. We know that when the triangles are congruent, then all the 6 elements of one triangle are equal to the corresponding 6 elements of other triangle. It means that angle P and angle A are equal. So we can say, implies that angle A is equal to angle P, and reason is CPCT. And we have already made angle P 90 degree by construction. So we can say that angle A is also equal to 90 degree, and that was the proof. Means this is the way how we are going to prove it. Hence proved. Now let's see what is there in the exercise. Now we will start with exercise number 12, and up to question number 10 we'll be doing questions in the multiples of 2, and when it comes to the proving questions I will try to solve almost all the questions. Now let's see what is there in question number 2. They say foot of a 10-meter long ladder. So always remember that ladder is placed something like this. Always. They say foot of a 10 meter long. So length of the ladder is 10 meters long. Let us say A and B is a ladder. A is the foot. Foot of a ladder leaning against a vertical wall is 6 meters away from the base. So somewhere here a vertical wall has to be something like this. Since it is a vertical wall, so it has to be perpendicular. And they say, let us name it as point C. They say that the foot is 6 meters away from the base of the wall. This is the base of the wall. This is wall and it is 6 meters away. The foot of the ladder is 6 meters away from the wall. Find the height of the point on the wall where the top of the ladder reaches. Means you have to find this length BC. So what if we consider, if we say in triangle, or to be more specific we can say in right triangle ABC, first thing it is given angle C is equal to 90 degree. Why angle C is 90 degree? Because they say a vertical wall, and vertical wall on any ground always makes 90 degree angle. If any of the house or any building is made vertical just like this, so it makes a 90 degree angle. That is why we can say that angle C is 90 degree. And in this we can say AB, that you can see as the hypotenuse, is 10 given, and AC, that is the base, is 6 given. So we know that in a right angle triangle, hypotenuse, that is AB, hypotenuse square, is equal to the sum of the square of other two sides. So other two sides are AC and BC. AB square, AB is the hypotenuse, is equal to BC plus AC square. So BC plus AC square. Now AB is given to you as 10. So 10 square, AC is 6, 6 square plus BC square. So 100, this comes to is equal to 36 plus BC square, implies that BC square is equal to 100 minus 36, that is 64. So BC will be under root 64, that is 8 meters. Though root 64 has two values, plus 8 and minus 8, but we will not take minus 8 because height cannot be, height is basically a distance, vertical distance, or you call it as height. So distance cannot be negative. You must have studied this in physics, that distance is always positive. So minus value of BC will not be considered. So height of the wall where the ladder reaches is 8 meters. Now we move on to the next question. Now next question is question number 4 that I am taking. They say two poles of height 6 and 11 meters stand on a plain ground. Let us say this is a pole and this is a pole. One of them is 6 meters and the other is 11 meters. They say that two poles of height 6 meters and 11 meters stand on a plain ground if the distance between their feet is 12 meters. This distance is 12 meters, 6 meters, 11 meters. Distance between their feet is 12 meters. Find the distance from their top. You have to find this distance. Let us say A, B, C, D. So you have to find AD. You have to find, basically I have drawn a diagram so that you may understand it better. There is a pole 1, that is denoted by AB, and that is 11 meters given. The next is pole number 2, that is denoted by CD, which is 6 meters. And distance between poles that is mentioned by BC is 12 meters. Now we do not find a right angle triangle anywhere, so we need to do some construction. What construction we can do? if this is BC, suppose I draw a line something like this, name it as E. Now BE will be equal to CD. Why? What I have done, I have drawn, our construction was draw ED parallel to BC. Just only one thing. Because when ED will be drawn parallel to BC, then obviously this distance BE and CD will be equal. If CD is 6, then BE will also be 6 meters, and the left AE will be 5 meters, because 6 and 5 11, total AB is given to you 11. So we can say that AE will be 5 meters. Why? AB minus EB, and EB is equal to CD is equal to 6 meters. Now we have got a right angle triangle. Since poles are standing vertically, so this angle is 90 degree, angle B, and this line ED is parallel to BC, so this angle E is corresponding angle, so angle E will be 90 degree. So we can say angle AED is equal to 90 degree. Why? Because this is a line and this is a line. This is 90, so corresponding angles, this is 90. This is mentioned by E, this is mentioned by B. These corresponding angles are equal. When two lines are intersected by a transversal, then corresponding angles are equal. So this angle and this angle are equal. So we got AE as 5. Now we will apply Pythagoras theorem in triangle AED. What can we say about ED? Since ED and BC, this side and this side are parallel, this makes a rectangle. If this is 12, this also has to be 12 meters. This is 90, this is 90, this is a, you can say, a quadrilateral whose all the sides are 90 and two sides are parallel, whereas these two are also parallel, because they say two poles stand vertically on the ground. If two people are standing vertically on the ground, it means both of them are parallel to each other. So these two sides are parallel, at the same time these two sides are parallel by the construction. So it means that BCDE is a parallelogram. If BCD is a parallelogram with one angle 90, it means it makes a rectangle. Rectangle, the definition of rectangle is if in a parallelogram one angle is 90 degree, then it is a rectangle. So this becomes a rectangle. If this is a rectangle, then in a rectangle opposite sides are equal. So whatever is the measurement of BC, same will be the measurement of ED. BC is 12 centimeters, 12 meters. So ED is also 12 meters. So we can say that ED is equal to 12 meters. This has been explained. Okay. Now when we consider triangle AED, we can say AD, because AD is the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse square is equal to the sum of the square of other two sides. Other two sides are AE and ED. Now AE is how much? 5. So 5 square. ED is 12 square. 5 square is 25. 12 square is 144. This total makes 169. So AD will be under root 169. That will be 13 meters. That is the final value. Now we move on to the next. Now question number 6. They say if the sides of a triangle are in the ratio of 3:4:5, prove that it's a right angled triangle. There is a triangle given to us in which its sides are in the ratio of, let us say, PQR. Sides are in the ratio of 3, 4 and 5. So first of all, let's say let the common ratio be x. Let the common ratio be x. So the sides will become what? 3x, 4x and 5x. 5 is the biggest side, and you know the biggest side in a right angle triangle is always the hypotenuse. So this side will become 5x. Any one of them can be considered as 4x and the other will be considered as 3x. How we'll prove? So by using the Pythagoras theorem. Basically we are using its converse because we have been given the sides and we have to prove that any one of them angle is 90 degree. In this particular question we'll prove that angle Q is 90 degree. So what we do, we apply Pythagoras theorem and we say the square of the biggest side should be equal to the sum of the squares of other two sides, means 4x square plus 3x square. If these two values satisfy, it means that it is for sure that this is a right angle triangle, and whatever side is opposite to, whatever angle is opposite to hypotenuse is the 90 degree. So this is 25x square is equal to 16x square plus 9x square. You know 9 and 16 is 25, so 25x square is equal to 25x square. It means right hand side and left hand side are equal. So we can say that in this triangle PR square is equal to PQ square plus QR square, and this is only possible, implies that angle Q is equal to 90 degree or right angle. This is only possible, this will only satisfy in a right angle triangle, and PR side angle opposite to PR is angle Q. So angle Q is equal to 90 degree. So that is the proof of question number 6. Now we come to an end in this class. In the next class we will be discussing question 8 and 10, and whenever it comes proving questions, then each and every question will be discussed. I will try to discuss almost every question. If they are same, then they will be left. So till then, keep on working hard, study properly and seriously, and thank you all of you.